Good morning, USFFL. Happy Saturday. It is the first Saturday in October, and we are bringing you a live broadcast today in the USFFL. We have at least a doubleheader for you. First up, we've got the Green Bay Packers at home in Lambeau against the Detroit Lions. It's an NFC North divisional battle between two teams that are actually tied atop the division in a three-way tie at 1-2 with the Vikings, who are in action first thing tomorrow. So the winner of this game will get the upper hand, waiting on and pending the Vikings results. We also have a matchup starting 45 minutes later, but in the NFC East between the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles. Two teams desperately trying to catch up to the 3-0 Dallas Cowboys, who are in action later this morning, as a matter of fact. The Commanders are 0-3, and the Eagles are 1-2. So we've got a doubleheader for you coming up. One game already in action, and so let's kick it off. All right, welcome back. Let's get out to the field here. And there it is. And that's not going to cut it. Thought I had it. All right, here we are, folks. Wow. They just kicked off, and it is already 7-7. That was quick. Coming out with a deep ball right away to an empty zone, beats the defender, and we have got a big play. Jordan Love to the house. A touchdown pass. 63 yards to Romeo Doubs. I had to feed the dogs right at kickoff. I'd forgotten, so I had to rush up there, and I've missed 21 points in nothing flat. 6:36 left to go here in the first quarter. It is already 14-7 Green Bay, and I may have locked up the game. Let's not play around with that. Let's just go ahead and get it turned back on. Wow, that is quick scoring from Lambeau Field. Detroit coming off a tough loss. Let's see here. Where is it? All righty. We should be back now. 2nd and 10, Lions from their own 32. Jordan Love has 2 touchdown passes. That long one we just saw a moment ago. Opening drive of the game, a quick drive. It looks like 12-yard touchdown pass from Jordan Love and a 64-yard touchdown run from Montgomery. Fumble on the play. Holding call against the offense. Fumble was recovered. Holding against the offense. 10-yard penalty against Detroit. They're going to decline it. Packers decline it to set up 3rd and 11. So a couple of 60-yard touchdowns already in this NFC North matchup. Big 3rd and 11 coming up here for the Lions. They're down by a touch. 2 tight end set. Gibbs the tailback. Two-headed monster of Gibbs and David Montgomery. Man, I'm jealous. That's the kind of team I'd love to play. Jared Goff back to pass, looking short, and it is targeting Brock Wright. And that's going to be caught, but short. Looks like it was a dump off. I'm going to need to get the card image up. Looks like it came down. No, I'm not. Please don't do that to me. I've been having issues with my card image. And there it is again. Here we have the problem. And I refuse to do a broadcast without the card image, which means I am going to have to close the game. Worst case scenario, have to reboot. Let's hope not. We're going to start getting set up with that. I really need the card image. So give me a second here. Just a short delay, hopefully, folks. Actually, you know what? I say delay. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Most likely, folks, I'm going to have to reboot. That's usually what I have to do in this situation. So. Although I can see the card image now, so I think we're going to be good. And here we are. There's a flat pass. First down and more. Packers inside. 23. Oh, there's a holding penalty. That's what it is. It was a 23-yard gain on a little dump pass from Jordan Love that is crossed off by a holding penalty. And Jordan Love already 13 of 15, 177, 2 touchdowns. We're still in the first quarter. Now, 1st and 20, back to pass and looking deep. Romeo Doubs again, empty zone again, beats the defender again, and Romeo Doubs has got himself a 32-yard reception. As Jordan Love in the first quarter goes over 200 yards passing. Brought down at the 21, 1st and 10 there. There's a flat pass, right side, incomplete. That was intended for Musgrave. There's a penalty. And back Green Bay, or I'm sorry, actually that penalty is Detroit coming off sides. So it'll be 1st and 5. Now into the red zone. Here comes a run off tackle, Aaron Jones. And Aaron Jones has got a short gain on his card into the secondary, inside the 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. Still in the first quarter, the Packers have got their 3rd touchdown. They're up 21-7. After that extra point was good. Detroit now with the ball opens their drive with a 7-yard run. Jahmyr Gibbs on the carry. Sam Laporta at the tight end position sprung that run. There's a flat pass on 2nd down to Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's good for a 1st down, but not much more. Gain of 3. 1st and 10, Lions at their own 35. Fast-moving game here. And now Goff back to pass. Looking short. He's going to Amon-Ra St. Brown. He sees he's doubled, and he's going to dump it off instead. Flat out here to Craig Reynolds out of the backfield, and Reynolds has got the catch and good yardage. Craig Reynolds up the left sideline and up near the midfield, brought down at the 49-yard line. Pick up a 14 on the play. Move the sticks. Lions 1st and 10. There's a run to Craig Reynolds off tackle, and he's going to get 5. Nice tough running. 6 on the white die, beating the nose tackle of the Packers. TJ Slayton unable to make that stuff. And it's 2nd and 5. Here comes a screen on second down out to Jahmyr Gibbs, and he beats the linebacker, and he's got good yardage. Jahmyr Gibbs inside the 40, down close to the 30, and actually brought down right at the 30. Pick up a 16 on the play as he beats the linebacker on the play. And here's another flat pass. This is caught by the other tailback, Craig Reynolds, and he's going to get 5. 2nd and 5 at the Green Bay 25-yard line. Lions rated poor against the pass, and that's why Jordan Love has had such a good start. But Jared Goff has his team on the march now. 2nd and 5, run up the middle. Gibbs toward the first down marker and brought down by Preston Smith, a little short. It's going to be 3rd and 1 at the 21. So big third down conversion here. Defense crashes run, but it's a flat pass to Laporta and a yak opportunity for him. And Sam Laporta is going to get 11 yards. First down, 1st and goal at the 10. Laporta just a C, but got enough to move the sticks. So 1st and goal Lions at the 10-yard line. Here in the red zone, safety's up close for the Packers. Defense crashes run again. It's a short pass. Goff. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Lions. That at the 11:24 mark. 10 yards from Goff to St. Brown, his 3rd catch of the game. Extra point is up and good by Badgley. And it's 21-14 Packers. Packers take over at their 25. I've noticed another glitch in the game recently where it's not, when I'm broadcasting anyway, it's not showing me the kickoffs. A touchdown or a score will happen, and it'll take you immediately to 1st and 10 at the whatever yard line, usually 25, obviously, with all the touchbacks. Here's a first down flat pass incomplete for Jordan Love, just his 3rd incompletion of the game, 2nd and 10. Now he's back to pass, looking short, and got his man. Tucker Kraft goes for 15, 5 on the white die, beats defender, and the Packers first down out to the 40. Love back to pass again, going right back to Kraft and incomplete. Actually got the interception split roll and didn't hit it. Love avoiding disaster, 2nd and 10. Here comes a flat pass, left side to Luke Musgrave, and Musgrave beats the 0-rated linebacker, and he's got a first down into Lions territory, tackled at the 49 by Melifonwu. The Packers move the sticks and set up in Lions territory. 2 tight end set here. There's a quick button hook pass over the middle to the tailback, Aaron Jones, and a yak opportunity for Aaron Jones, and he's going to be actually forced into an incompletion. Aaron Jones has got good yak. Rated B, but a bad roll that time. So 2nd and 10 here. Game has been moving so quickly. Here's a draw. Aaron Jones, and he's going to get 5 yards on that one. So 3rd and 5 at the Detroit 44. It's been moving so quickly, we haven't introduced our coaches. The Lions are coached by Michael Emerson, and the Packers are coached by Scott Mueller, who is also our software admin. Thanks for all that you do, Scott, for the USFFL. Big 3rd and 5 here. 3 wide receivers split out. And here's an off tackle. They cross him up and nothing doing. Aaron Jones can't get anywhere. Alex Anzalone has him, and it's 4th and 5 at the Detroit 44, and Packers are going to go for it. So Coach Mueller being aggressive here on 4th and 5. Here comes a flat pass, man in zone to the receiver. Car we go, and Dobbs has the catch and a first down. Romeo Dobbs hit one of his completions on the right column for a 13-yard gain. The gamble pays off, and the Packers 1st and 10 at the 31. Back to pass again, Love. Looking short, but he's going to have to dump it off. Left side going to Tyler Kraft, and Kraft with a 6 on the white die goes to the 0-man column, and he's got a first down reception of 10 yards. Jordan Love just continuing to hammer this poor rated pass defense for the Lions. Flat pass goes again to Musgrave, and he's got a short gain of 3. A little over 6 minutes left before halftime. And Jordan Love is 19 of 24, 261, and driving. In the red zone now, 2nd and 7 at the 18. Here goes a quick look-in pass over the middle. That's caught and up near a first down, but tackled just short by Cameron Sutton. Is Dontavian Wicks. 3rd and 1 at the 12-yard line. Aaron Jones, the tailback. Run right up the middle. Jones plows forward and gets it 4 yards. Packers 1st and goal now at the 8. They'll come out full house. Defense looks run, but it's passed short. Touchdown, Romeo Doubs. His 2nd touchdown catch of the game. As Doubs now 5 for 117 and 2 touchdowns. The Packers are up 27-14 as Anders Carlson misses the extra point. And we may have locked up the game again. It appears we have. So let's get it pulled up. Well, like I said, these guys are calling a fast-paced game. Looks like we're 22 minutes away from kickoff of Commanders and Eagles. What an exciting game. It's moving so fast. I realize also I didn't get a chance to double check and make sure that the broadcast is working. I could be talking to nobody for all I know. We'll check it here in just a second. And we're back. So 27-14 Lions are facing a 3rd and 7 at their own 31. Back to pass and brought down, a sack. Preston Smith drops Goff for a 3-yard loss and forces a punt here. 4th and 10 from their own 28. Boy, this is just what the Detroit Lions did not need. Jaden Reed fair catches the punt at the 17. And the Packers now leading by 27-14 score, still in the first half. 2:24 to go. They've got a drive to start here at the 17, off tackle and a gain of 2 by A.J. Dillon. Second and 8. Oh, crap. I see I've got the delay thing still on. That's why you check the broadcast. Let me go get that. Here's a foul. Penalty of 5 yards. So back him up 2nd and 13. Got to get to that. Things move so quick in this game that I'm having a hard time keeping up with everything. Appreciate y'all's patience. All right, we've got that removed. Game back up. 2nd and 13. Packers running it again. Off tackle, and they're going to get 5 yards, making it 3rd down and 8. Aaron Jones just 5 rushes for 30 yards. And an offsides penalty is going to make it 3rd and 13 again. So wipe away those 5 yards that Aaron Jones got to make it a better short pass opportunity. And Detroit could maybe get a score if they could get a stop here defensively. They've got a nickel out there. Back to pass. Looking deep. Christian Watson the target, and no good, incomplete. Jordan Love has been magic in the first half, but misses that one. And so with 1:22 to go before halftime, Packers are going to punt. 48-yard punt. It's going to roll another 9 yards after that and settle down at the 29-yard line. And so Detroit gets the ball back. Minute 15 to go before halftime. And especially thanks to that missed extra point earlier by Green Bay, even a field goal here would be very helpful for the Lions. Kick range out to the 37. Not a great deep kicker. First down, pitch out to Jahmyr Gibbs. Only got 3 yards. That's not a good start. He did get out of bounds. 2nd and 7 at their own 32. Back to pass now, looking short. This one going to Jamison Williams, but he's going to be dumping it off instead. Right back to Jahmyr Gibbs, who goes to the zero-man column, and Gibbs has got a first down catch right over the middle. Gain of 13. Lions are out to the 45-yard line where they burn their first time out. Stopping the clock at exactly 1 minute before halftime. Back to pass again, looking deep, and it's incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown was double teamed. Good call. Scott Mueller. 2nd and 10. Three wide receivers now. Here's a flat pass going to Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's got it. Just a gain of 5. Fails to get out of bounds. And both teams let the clock run. Down to 30 seconds now. 3rd and 5 at the 50. Kind of surprised they let the clock run there. Back to pass. Looking short and incomplete. 4th and 5 Lions. And with 22 seconds left, they will punt from the 50. And boot that one way out of the end zone, even with the coffin corner attempt. Clock gets down to 8 seconds. I think we're going to get a kneel. Packers with the ball at their own 20. And I was wrong. They're going to go deep. And incomplete is Jordan Love on his card. Settles in with a result right between a plus 28 and a long gain, so he was close. And it's 2nd and 10. Scott Mueller being aggressive here. Now he takes the knee. And a personal foul against the Lions. Marks off 15 yards. So we're getting a delay in the close of the half here, but there's only 1 second left. We'll keep an eye on it, of course, here. Wow, Green Bay, 19 first downs in the first half. 16 of those 19 are by passing. And indeed, Love takes a knee, and we go to halftime, which I imagine will be over in about 10 seconds. Green Bay has outgained them 307 to 191. Out of that 307, 275 pass yards. They've just attacked them strong through the air. Looks like only 8 run calls. Second half is underway, and a return out to the 30-yard line by Khalil Dorsey. Lions, with the first possession, will take over at their own 30. Again, another game coming up after this one. Commanders at Eagles in the NFC East. Second half action now here. Opening drive, and here's an off tackle. David Montgomery. He's good for 8 yards, but a penalty. He's going to be 5 yards against the defense. They'll take that instead. 1st and 5 now, Lions from the 35. Here's an off-tackle run. First down yardage. Montgomery goes for 6. Lions out to the 41. Lions offense is attacking a defense that is average against the pass and average to poor against the run. Back to pass. Short, caught. 13 yards. Khalif Raymond. That'll get the Lions across midfield to the 46 of Green Bay. 1st and 10, pitch out. David Montgomery goes to the defensive card, and he's going to be brought down for a loss of 1. Nice stop by the defensive end, Kenny Clark, beating that white die. It's 2nd and 11. Goff back to pass again. Looks short. Receiver double teamed and incomplete. And holding on the offense regardless. So 2nd and 21 now, back on their own side of the field. Here comes a run up the middle, and Jahmyr Gibbs goes to the defense card. This is the big result, gets just 4, and it's 3rd and 17. Lions in danger of stalling their opening drive of the second half here at midfield. And on 3rd and 17, here comes a run. Gibbs, he's got good yardage, beats the secondary, and gets the first down. Pickup of 21 on 3rd and 17 by Jahmyr Gibbs. Nice break there for the Lions. Got that on the off-tackle wrong column, a plus 21, and it's 1st and 10 at the Green Bay 32. Quick slant over the middle, and it's going to be caught. 7 yards. Laporta, he had men draped all over him. Nice double team by the safety there. But Gibbs, or I should say Laporta, beat it. 2nd and 3. Here comes a run up the middle, and Gibbs plows ahead for a first down. Nice gain of 7 on that one into the red zone. Lions 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's a pitch out. David Montgomery going for the edge. Can't quite get there. Preston Smith, another tackle, his 6th. 2nd and 7. So a little short gain there. Here comes a flat pass, and that's going to be caught. But tackled behind the line of scrimmage is Amon-Ra St. Brown. Loses a couple. It's 3rd and 9 at the 17. So a big 3rd down here. Shotgun formation. And a draw up the middle. Gibbs, and he's got 6 yards. Came up short. 4th and 3 at the Green Bay 11. And trailing by 13, he'll take the field goal attempt by Michael Badgley. It's up, and it's good. And at the 8:24 mark of the 3rd quarter, the Lions cut it to 10 and trail the Packers in Lambeau 27-17. Packers taking over now at their own 25. First down off tackle run, Aaron Jones, and he's going to get 5. A lot of more yards available in certain areas on his card, but he'll settle for 5. And here comes a run up the middle by A.J. Dillon, and Dillon's going to pile forward for a first down. Gain of 6 out to the 36-yard line. 2 tight ends set, and another run. Off tackle Aaron Jones. This time the defense was looking for it, though. Called run, and Jones loses a yard. Nice call there, Coach Michael Emerson. 2nd down and 11. Winner of this game evens their record at 2-2 and takes possession of first place in the NFC North. 2 tight ends set, back to pass, and looking deep. It's an open zone. We're going to Romeo Doubs, but he's flushed. And so now he's got to dump it off. Tailback Aaron Jones, so that's a pretty good target. And it goes to his card receiver for a gain of 4. That'll set up 3rd and 7 for the Packers at their own 38. 3 wide receivers on the field. Nickel defense here from the Lions. Green Bay just 1 of 4 on 3rd downs. They're going long, but there's going to be a penalty. So they were going to dial it deep, but back them up 5 yards, and now it's 3rd and 12. Packers again split out 3 wide receivers. Love stands in the shotgun. Nickel here from the Lions. And here's a screen. He needs 12. Aaron Jones goes to his card, incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down. Injury to Cameron Sutton on the play. We'll check into that. 4th and 12, punt from the 34. Pretty good punt, 48 yards, and a nice roll after that. And that punt settles down at the 11-yard line. Lions will take over there, trailing by 10 with 5:42 to go. That injury was to left cornerback Cameron Sutton. He's a 4. And if I read this right, he would be replaced by a 5. Brian Branch. First down flat pass with 2 men there was incomplete. 2nd and 10. Goff back to pass, and he's looking deep this time. Man in zone. We're going to Amon-Ra St. Brown, but it's going to be forced to scramble off and dump it. He's dumping it off to Josh Reynolds, and that's going to be incomplete. And 3rd and 10. So the Lions, late third quarter, backed up inside their territory. Not getting much going here. It's 3rd and 10. They need a conversion. Lions are 2 of 7 on 3rd downs. They'll back to pass. Goff is looking for Khalif Raymond, and he's going to have to dump it off. This one's going to tailback Jamar Gibbs, and Gibbs goes to his card and gets just 3. So 4th and 7. Lions go nowhere with that drive and are punting from their 14. 45-yard punt fielded at the 41-yard line by Keenan Nixon, and he's going to get a nice return across midfield. Brought down at the 47 of Detroit, and that's where the Packers will take over with just over 4 minutes to go in the third quarter and a 10-point lead. Packers come out 2 tight end sets and an off tackle, Aaron Jones. 4 yards, and it's actually penalty on the play backs him up, so wipe it away. 1st and 15 back in their territory at the 48. Still 2 tight end set here for Green Bay. This time we're back to pass. Slant to Josiah DeGuara, and he got the catch into Detroit territory at the 41-yard line. 2nd down and 4. Defense looks run here, but it's a little dump pass over the middle, incomplete. Nice break for the Lions as that found an empty spot on their defensive card, and it's 3rd and 4. Again, Green Bay needs to get to the 37 for field goal range, so they're not there yet. 3rd and 4. They're going to go another button hook, and this time he sniffs it out. 2 men in zone, and it hits the defensive card. Great move there. Coach Emerson sets up a 4th and 4, and once again, Green Bay Packers are going to go for this. 2 tight ends on the field. They did it earlier in the game at about this area and converted. They're going to go again. 4th and 4. Aaron Jones, the tailback. Two tight ends on the field. Flat pass, 1 man in zone, and it's going to be caught. 1st down yardage inside the 30 and brought down at the 28. 6 on the white die, sent that to the 0-man column, and Luke Musgrave converted. 1st and 10 Packers at the 28. And here comes another button hook and another 6 on the white die. 0-man column and a 9-yard pickup. 2nd catch for A.J. Dillon as the Packers are now into the red zone at the 19. Off tackle. And that's going to beat the nose for a gain of 6. Aleem McNeil couldn't match the white die at defensive right tackle. He was close, but not enough. It's 1st and 10 at the 13, off tackle, and nothing doing. The right guard, John Runyon for the Packers, couldn't make the block. 2nd and 10 at the 13. Two tight end set, flat pass going to Luke Musgrave again. Receiver opportunity for him, and Musgrave can't convert. It's 3rd and 10. So a big 3rd down here. Back to pass, looking short. He is targeting Dontavian Wicks, but he's going to be forced to dump it off. 10 yards are needed. Little flat pass goes to Aaron Jones. He's got the catch. 1st down and more into the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. Found the 0-man column again for at least the 4th time on that drive. Extra point is good. And it's suddenly a 17-point lead for the Packers, 34-17. Packers on that drive, 10 plays. and 47 net yards to take a commanding lead as we now move into the fourth quarter. Lions trail by 17. They've got a 2nd and 10 at their own 23. Back to pass, looking short and no good. Intended for Laporta, and just like that, the Lions are right back in a 3rd and 10. Back to pass, and he's going to be dead ball. There's a penalty. Back him up again, and all of a sudden it's 3rd and 15. Lions really struggling to catch a break here. Third and 15, run up the middle, and it's going to be a pickup of 6 for a 4th and 9. That result settled right between a couple short gains. Bad break there for the Lions. They've got a punt and due. Fielded at the 28, short return by Nixon. And the Packers, with a 17-point lead, take over possession at their own 31. We're 3 minutes away from kickoff in the NFC matchup today. Commanders and Eagles. First down flat pass to Musgrave is incomplete. 2nd and 10. He's been busy. Musgrave 7 catches for 78 yards. And one of Jordan Love's 4 touchdowns. Two tight ends in here on 2nd and 10. And here's a pitch out, Aaron Jones. They sniffed it out and tackled way behind the line of scrimmage. Just get pushing him back as Jones loses 7 on the play. And it's 3rd and 17 Packers. So that's just what the Lions defense needs. 12:36 to go. You're down 17. If they can get a stop here, I can still believe there's time. Back to pass and looking deep and no good, incomplete. Love was targeting Dobbs on the play, and the Packers will punt from their 24. A good punt. 56-yard punt fielded back at about the 20. A nice return gets it out to the 36. And with 12 minutes to go and trailing by 17, Lions will start right there. First down run off tackle, David Montgomery, and he's going to get just a yard on the defensive card. There was a man in the zone. 2nd and 9. Can't afford a lot of one-yard runs here, down by 17 at this point. Montgomery out, Gibbs back in, and here comes the screen to Gibbs. And he's going to lose a yard. Actually, he does not, because it was a look-in. My bad, incomplete, so 3rd and 10. Boy, Lions really struggling offensively here in the second half. They split out 3 wide receivers. Nickel defense back to pass. Looks short, and it's good. Caught. Josh Reynolds. Move the sticks. 1st and 10. Detroit at their own 47. Packers doubled a couple receivers, but failed to keep an eye on Reynolds, and he converted. Back to pass again. Here's another short pass. This one caught by Jamison Williams. Tackled at the 42 by Carrington Valentine, and it's going to be 1st and 10 right there. Back to pass, looking short, and that's incomplete. And it was Amon-Ra St. Brown. He was doubled by the safety. And that's the only reason that pass was incomplete. Otherwise, he'd beat the defender. 2nd and 10. Run up the middle, Jamar Gibbs, and he's got himself a first down. 15-yard carry for Gibbs. Down to the Green Bay 27. Now here comes an off tackle by Montgomery, and he goes nowhere. 6 on the white die, and offensive guard couldn't make the block. It's a good offensive line, but they couldn't get it done on that one at 2nd and 10. Goff back to pass. He was looking short, but he's going to dump it off. This one's going out to Josh Reynolds. And Reynolds gets advantage of the 6 on the white die. 0-man column. And takes the catch all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. 27-yard touchdown. Goff to Josh Reynolds. Extra point good. And that makes it a 10-point game. So the Packers now up by only 10 at 8:24 to go. Packers take over at their 25-yard line. Defense looks run. It's a pass. Short. Josiah DeGuera's got another one. And he's out to the 40 with a 15-yard reception. Let's check in real quick. Doesn't look like the other game has started. Scheduled kickoff a minute ago. We'll keep an eye on it. Off tackle, and A.J. Dillon's got a 7-yard run. His 5th carry. 2nd down and 3. Green Bay at their own 47. Lions desperately need a stop. Here's an inside run. Aaron Jones, and he comes up a little short. Guard couldn't make the block, and we've got a 3rd and 1. 2 tight ends set. You got to figure Packers are going to go for this. They're at midfield. Defense looks run, but it's pass flat, and that's going to be for a long gain. And let's see if he goes all the way to the 10, the 5, touchdown. Jordan Love to Dontavian Wicks. 6 on the white die, took that to the 0-man column. Snake Eyes gave it a long gain. And it is a touchdown pass of 51 yards from Love to Wicks. 5th touchdown pass of the game for Love as they extend. Packers at home, throwing snowballs. 41-24. And the Lions now with the ball at their 22nd and 5. Down by 17 again, and it's going to be tough. Short pass is incomplete. Offsides against the defense, though. And that'll make it 1st down at the 25. Back to pass short and no good to Williamson. Goff on the day, just 19-29 for 176. Jordan Love, on the other hand, 28-41 for 391 yards and 5 touchdowns. Packers have outgained the Lions by about 100 yards. Short pass incomplete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And it's 3rd and 10. Short to Laporta's no good. And it's 4th and 10 for the Lions. 4:12 to go. You could go for it, but I think at this point I would start thinking about taking out starters. 17 points. 16 maybe I'd think, 2 scores, but down 17, I'm inclined to just give up. We'll see what the Lions do. You can justify the choice either way, of course. And indeed, they'll go for it. Michael Emerson going to go ahead and get one more offensive play here. 4th and 10 from his 25. 3 wide receivers split out. Goff back to pass. Looking short yet again. This one going to Josh Reynolds. And he's going to be flushed and forced to dump it off to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Needs 10 for the 1st down, and he's got the catch at 5 yards, and that's not going to be enough. The Packers will take over in Detroit territory at the 30, and at that point, I'd say this game is pretty much over other than the final score. Patrick Taylor runs but can't beat the defensive tackle. 2nd and 10. Loses 2 on that run, and it's 3rd and 12. Packers are going to improve to 2-2. The Lions are going to fall to 1-3. Their only win against my Kansas City Chiefs. Incomplete pass makes it 4th and 12. Packers are going to settle for a field goal attempt of 49 yards, and it is not long enough. So with 2:24 to go, Lions will take over. Still no word from the NFC East game. The Lions will return home next week. They will face the Carolina Panthers. Packers will be on the road next week as they head to Sin City for a battle with Paul Conti and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we reach the 2-minute warning here in Green Bay. Packers loving it up at home. Jordan Love, 5 touchdowns in a 41-24 rout of the Lions. No side of the other game. Should have started already. Let's double check. All right, we'll ask those fellas about the game, see if we have a second game to broadcast or not. We hope to. Minute 15 left on the clock here. And the Lions choosing to still drive here, looking pass, empty zone, and Amon-Ra St. Brown goes for 12 and a first down. So they're still driving in Detroit. Down 17, less than a minute to go. Not going to get the win, I don't think, but they'll take the yards. I think the story of the game was just Jordan Love. Green Bay didn't do much offensively in the second half. They got just so many big plays. 64-yard run from Montgomery got the scoring off for the Lions, but 63-yard touchdown pass and a 51-yard touchdown pass from Love. And those weren't his only long gains. Final 22 seconds here. Congratulations to Scott Mueller on a big division victory. And there's a touchdown run up the middle for Jahmyr Gibbs as he hits exactly 100 yards rushing in the game on 12 carries. With the extra point, that'll cut the score to 41-31. And the kickoff ends the game. Your final, Packers win at home 41-31 over the Lions. All right, let's go ahead and see what the NFC is saying. Should start soon. He was running a few minutes late. No problem. So hopefully they'll be back in a second. While we wait for that, let's keep an eye here in case either of our coaches decide to pop in. Lions ended up with just under 400 yards of offense, 399. Jared Goff does end up with over 200 yards passing. Love threw 42 passes, and it looks like they called 16 run plays, plus 2 more if you count Patrick Taylor in garbage time. But they definitely leaned on the pass. Both Dontavian Wicks and Romeo Dobbs went over 100 yards receiving in this one. Preston Smith, the only sack in the game. And so what that does is it puts the Packers on top of the division at 2-2. There's a game tomorrow morning with the Vikings. I believe that's against the Panthers, and if the Vikings win, they would tie the Packers at 2-2 atop the division. All right, so we've got another game coming up here. As you can see right here from our head coach, David Mugman, it should start soon. The Washington Commanders are going to be going up against the Philadelphia Eagles and Tim Hay. So we're going to go ahead and put this broadcast on delay, and we will be right back. Oh, wait, I say that, but the game has started. There it is. Let's get going. And here we are. We are live before the first play of the game. Might as well wish him luck since I made it here before kickoff. Eagles take the ball first and open at their 25. Short pass, receiver opportunity, and that's going to be good for an 11-yard catch by Devontae Smith. Eagles are coached by the Cowboys. Eagles are coached. Excuse me. Eagles are coached by Tim Hay. I was thinking about the Cowboys. I'm not going to lie to you. I was thinking about the Cowboys just then because I was thinking about our good old friend Harlan. This matchup features Tim Hay, who came over to the Eagles as their coach when Bruce Mogg moved over to take command of the Cowboys after the passing of our good friend Harlan McClain, the originator of why we all are in pursuit of the Harlan McClain Trophy. So that being the reason why, I thought I'd share with you why I said the Eagles are coached by the Cowboys. I have my mind on Harlan. All right. 1st and 10, Eagles at their own 41. And Jalen Hurst, an inside handoff to DeAndre Swift up the middle. Defense was looking past, and Swifty on his card is going to get 6 yards. Out near midfield at the 47. Commanders, as I said, coached by David Mugman. Defensively, the Commanders are average against the run, but very poor against the pass. And looking at their defensive card, I'd say, yeah, very poor. More on that as the results come up. We'll see. And on 2nd and 4, we have, let's see. Are we locked up or what's going on here? Nope, there we go. Off tackle again, DeAndre Swift, he gets 3. And so 3rd and 1, right at the midfield stripe. Eagles on their opening possession with a high leverage 3rd down. And they'll split out 3 wide receivers, 1 halfback. Defense looks past, and it's a sneak by Jalen Hurts as he crossed him up, and that helps him on his way to 9 yards. I'd say he was more helped by the snake eyes roll, if I'm being honest, but it's 1st and 10 Eagles at the 41 of Washington. Eagles come into the game 1-2, trying to even their record. Commanders looking for their first win. And on 1st and 10, here's a run up the middle, DeAndre Swift, and he's got 5. Defensive right tackle Jonathan Allen missed his opportunity to tackle. 6 on the white die, and it's 2nd and 5. Swift is out. Kenneth Gainwell now in the backfield. Three wide receivers. And here's a pitch out to Kenneth Gainwell. And he's got 5 yards and a first down. So the Eagles on the march here on their opening drive. 1st and 10 now at the Washington 31-yard line. Spread formation again. 3 wide receivers. And here's a quick button hook pass. Tailback DeAndre Swift over the middle and incomplete. That on the defensive card. It's 2nd and 10. Commanders in the nickel, as there are again 3 wide receivers on the field. And here's a run up the middle. DeAndre Swift can't get anything. Hit the 5 on his card. Just what you don't want as a running back. 3rd and 10 now. That'll bring out the deep dime here from the defense. Hurts back to pass. He is looking short. Goes to the defensive card, and that pass is incomplete. Defender makes the stop, but they're going to call pass interference against him. And that'll move the sticks for Philadelphia. The drive continues. 1st and 10 now inside the red zone at the Washington 18. Now down to a basic run set, blocking back formation. Defense looks run. They crossed him up. Back to pass, looking short and incomplete. Pass intended for Dallas Goedert at tight end, and Jalen Hurts found a soft spot on his wrong column. 2nd and 10. NFC East divisional battle. 12th play of the opening drive coming up. 3 wide receivers split out again. There's a run up the middle. DeAndre Swift, and he's going to be snuffed out right away. That time, Jonathan Allen making the stop against that white die. It's 3rd and 10. And now Jalen Hurts will back up out of the pistol. 3 wide receivers on the field. Commanders in the nickel. They're inside the 20, so that safety can be extra active here. Here comes a screen left side. 2 men in zone. Nice call there from Coach Mugman. But it goes to the offensive card and incomplete nonetheless, as DeAndre Swift can't find it on his column. And it's 4th and 10 from the 18. Should be a chippy here. 2 through 10 is what I'm showing for Jake Elliott. Kicker is indeed on the field. And it's up and good. A successful opening drive. Points on the board, 3-0 Eagles. 9 minutes to go, first quarter. And after a touchback here, the Commanders and David Mugman will get their first possession of the game. Got 3 wide receivers on the field. I like those names. McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, and Curtis Samuel. Eagles defense stays in the base 4-3, however. Back to pass and looking short, and that's going to be picked off. Intercepted. Kevin Byard, the third, picks it off at the 39-yard line. And he is returning that ball well inside the 30, inside the 20, and then tackled at the 17. The game's first turnover. So Washington's opening possession lasts only one play. And it's a turnover. Sam Howell coughs it up. And the Eagles' second possession of the game begins in the red zone. And here's a run up the middle, and Kenneth Gainwell gets just 3. It's 2nd and 7 now. Commanders came into the game -2 on the year in turnovers. 2nd and 7. Here's a run off tackle. DeAndre Swift. Defense calls run, and that's going to hold him to a 2-yard gain. So a nice call there for Coach David Mugman. Would have been 5 yards. It's now 3rd and 5 at the 12. So flat pass still in play. Take a look at the yak here. A.J. Brown's a B. Halfback is a C, so is the tight end. Here's a square in pass. 2 men in zone. Another good move there for Coach Mugman. But it goes to the offensive card and incomplete nonetheless. And so the Washington defense holds yet again. 4th and 5 at the 12, and here comes Jake Elliott. He puts it through from 29 yards, and it's 6-0 Eagles. So the Washington Commanders have had just one offensive play in this game, and it's an interception. But because their defense has made a couple of good stands, limiting the Philly to field goals, it's 6-0. And now Washington takes over at their own 25. Sam Howell at quarterback. And Coach Mugman comments, let's try this again. I relate to that so well, Coach Mugman. Just wanted to check something here. Sam Howell on the year. 66% completions, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks, and 88 ratings. So not too bad. Not too good for an 0-3 team. He hits his man here. Terry McLaurin, a catch and run of 11 yards. Move the sticks. Commanders out to the 36. Eagles defense is rated very poor, coincidentally, against the pass. So this might be a day for Howell to do some work. He's throwing button hook over here now, and he's got a 2-yard completion. Tailback Antonio Gibson on that one. Got a bad roll on the yak chart, or would have been a big gainer. 2nd and 8. And you look at the Eagles' defensive card, especially on short pass. You can attack them on short pass all day, and the Commanders have the receivers to do it, but you got to think about the rush, too. I'm going to start looking at that. Yeah, Sam Howell not blessed with the best pass blocking. And you got to worry about star blitzer Hassan Reddick, left linebacker. Inside run and a good one, Antonio Gibson. Busts a move for 16 yards. Took advantage of a box on the defensive card on that one with an undermanned zone up the middle. That'll get the Commanders across midfield. 1st and 10 at the 46. Pitch out, Antonio Gibson, and he's going to get 5. Commanders now 2nd and 5 at the 41. We mentioned the Commanders winless on the year. They lost a heartbreaker to Arizona, 35-34. And they suffered a couple of blowouts at Denver and at home against the Bills. 35-14 and 44-14. And Sam Howell sacked on that play. Milton Williams. Loss of 5, and it's 3rd and 10. Safety up close, showing blitz here. They're at the Philly 46. I think you got to get a short pass in here on this nickel blitz. And indeed, they turn around on me and they throw a button hook, and it's no good to Antonio Gibson. Just surprised not to see the short pass there when you look at the short pass card of the Eagles. Even with 4 men there, you have 4 automatic completions on 5, 6, 11, and 12. And a split roll that's nearly automatic on Snake Eyes as well. There's just a lot of good opportunities there. Nevertheless, they have to punt, and a good one. Eagles are backed up now, 1st and 10 at their own 6. 3:36 to go in the first quarter. And back to pass, so a little risky here at your own 6, looking short, and that's going to be caught. Dallas Goedert, and he's got a 1st down. Pickup of 11, that on the Washington defensive card, and they're very poor on the pass defense as well. And looking at the short pass column for Washington, they're really only one result better. So these two teams could really light it up if they can stay away from the sack. 1st and 10, back to pass, looking deep to A.J. Brown. He is doubled, and incomplete is the result. So another good defensive call from Coach Mugman makes it 2nd and 10. That was going to be wrong, incomplete on right, wrong, and double team, but still another good call. Gainwell is in at tailback here. 3 wide receivers on the field for Philadelphia. And here's a pitch out. Gainwell going to try to get some yardage and cut the deficit down, and he does. Nice pickup of 5, so he'll cut it in half. And it's 3rd down and 5 at their own 22. Once again, 3 wide receivers are out on the field. For the Commanders, running back Brian Robinson is hurt for this game. And for the Eagles, it's receiver Olamide Zaccheaus. Big 3rd and 5 coming up here. And they're going to run again. Off tackle to Gainwell. And let's see what we do here. And Gainwell hits a short gain on his card. First down yardage, except for the containment. And the containment does indeed stop him. I was wondering about that. I think with the containment as a possibility out there on 3rd and 5, I'd have been scared to run it. He does pay the price there. Stops him at 4th and 2. And the Eagles will have to punt from their 25. I mentioned a little bit ago the injury to Brian Robinson, and it may be fatigue, actually. I'm not sure, but that's 178 carded carries that are unavailable to the Commanders in this game. 51-yard punt and a 7-yard return. The Commanders will begin at their 31. And so without Robinson, your lead back, it has 65 attempts only, Antonio Gibson. He's a pretty good back, but that's a big absence there for Brian Robinson. Short pass, and that's going to be caught. 15 yards, catch and run. Sam Howell hits McLaren for the 2nd time. Beats the defender on the play, 5 on the white die. And especially with Brian Robinson's carries unavailable, you can avoid the blitz. Got to hit those short passes. Speaking of which, safety up close, showing blitz here for the Eagles on 1st down. And they're going to call run, pitch out, Antonio Gibson, and he's going to get just 3. Brought down by Fletcher Cox. It's going to be 2nd down and 7. Safety stayed up close, showing blitz. So Coach Hayes showing a lot of safety blitz here in the first half. We're now into the 2nd quarter. Commanders trail 6-0, but they have the ball right near midfield at the 49. And here's a button hook, 2-minute zone, and there's a good defensive call from Coach Tim Hay. As he moved his safety into that zone, there is an injury on the play, though. And that's going to be James Bradbury, corner for Philadelphia. He's a right cornerback 0. So I think they can depend on the backup to get some things done. 3rd down and 7. Big play coming up here. Nickel defense. Here comes a screen. This would go into Antonio Gibson out of the backfield. There are linebackers in the zone. Goes to the quarterback card, receiver result, and it is caught. And Gibson going to make that for a 1st down. Antonio Gibson's got a pretty good card there. And on 3rd and 7, he gets 7. And moves the sticks now into Philadelphia territory at the 44. So a nice break there on 3rd down. The drive continues. Two tight ends now for the Commanders. Right back to the ground game. Off tackle Antonio Gibson, and he's going to get just 2 yards. Not the result you're hoping for, especially when you get the opportunity to look at a wrong column. 2nd and 8. Now 3 wide receivers split out. Curtis Samuel in the slot. Back to pass. Looking deep. Going to Terry McLaurin. Looks like we've got an empty deep zone too. So we'll see if he can avoid the blitz first. He does, and he hits that 0-man column, and he's got his man. Terry McLaurin with a catch. Across midfield, going to be tackled inside the 20, inside the 10, and he actually goes. Touchdown. Terry McLaurin, a 42-yard touchdown reception from Sam Howell. And the Eagles coach, Tim Hay, congratulates Commanders coach Mugman on a nice call. And it was. That safety's been showing blitz, but they haven't been emptying that zone too often. Caught him with his fly undone, and it's Sam Howell to Terry McLaurin for a touchdown. The Commanders, with the extra point, take the lead 7-6. And after a touchback, the Eagles will take over at their own 25. So a good start to the game for Terry McLaurin. 3 catches, 68, including that 42-yard touchdown. Tim Hay and the Eagles back on offense now. First down, back to pass. Jalen Hurts forced to scramble. He's running around the left side. He's going to get 5 yards on the play. Second down and 5. And now back to DeAndre Swift at tailback. Out of the base run set, too. Commanders drop to a 4-3. Defense looks run. It's a pass. Flat. DeAndre Swift going to the right side. And the receiver result, and DeAndre Swift's got himself an 11-yard reception. DeAndre Swift, one of the better receiving running backs out there. So first down, Eagles now at the 41. Swift stays in. Out of a 3-wide receiver set now. That includes Quez Watkins in the slot. And here's a first down run. Right up the middle, DeAndre Swift going to his card, and Swift's going to get 6. Off to a slow start on the ground. 7 carries for 22 yards. That one sets up a 2nd and 4 now. Back to pass. Looking short now. And Hurts is going for Devontae Smith, but he's going to be forced to scramble around the corner, and he got a first down and more. Almost down to the 40-yard line. Tackled at the 41 by Cody Barton. And the Eagles are 1st and 10 now. And once again, they will spread it out. 3 wide receivers, 1 halfback. And a 4-2-5 defense here from the Commanders. Hurts back to pass again. Looks short and cannot hit his man. Looking for Dallas Goedert. And found a soft spot in that 4-man column on the Washington defense. 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Hurts looking short. He's got his man doubled. Devontae Smith, and it's incomplete. Nice double team there by Commanders coach David Mugman. Saves a must run. And it's now 3rd down and 10. And the Commanders bring out the deep dime. Hurts out of the shotgun, back to pass. And looking short. And it's going to Dallas Goedert, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Commanders at their own 28-yard line. Nothing on the return, but Cameron Curl has the interception, and the Commanders will take over at their own 28-yard line. So both quarterbacks now with an interception in the game. Hurts struggling, 3 for 11 for just 33 yards and that pick. I know I've said good calls many times already, referring to the Commanders coach. They've done a good job defensively here. Off tackle, and Antonio Gibson's going to get 5 on his card. And actually make that 4. Lost a yard due to containment. 2nd down and 6. Commanders coach, as we mentioned earlier, the injury to Brian Robinson having to manage. The carry load for Antonio Gibson. Here's a flat pass to Gibson, and he's got it. Out across the 40 for a first down. Tackled at the 42 by Byard. Pick up a 10. Gibson's 3rd catch, and it's 1st and 10, Commanders at the 42. Back to pass. Defense looking run, but it's a deep ball. This one's going to tailback, Antonio Gibson. And on the defensive card, that is going to be caught. Gibson's got a catch. Let's see how far this goes. Catches it at the 30 and finally tackled at the 23-yard line. Antonio Gibson goes for 34 yards. Folks, that was on the crosshairs. Got the 6 receiver result, 1-man column on long pass. That one comes with the crosshairs. And because Eagles coach has been showing blitz the whole game, he got that long game. So an advantage to have your backup halfback be able to go long, Antonio Gibson. And the Commanders capitalize, 1st and 10 at the 23 now. Sam Howell with another flat pass. This one's going to be incomplete. Trying to hit his tight end Logan Thomas on that one. It's 2nd and 10. Commanders have outgained the Eagles so far, 147-97. 2 tight end set. Here's a pitch out. Antonio Gibson around the right side, going to try to get to the corner, and he started to, but they called a dead ball foul. Offense backs up 5 yards, I should say. 2nd and 15. That would have been a plus 14 for Gibson. So 2nd and 15 from the 28. From here, a field goal would be 2-8, 11 and 12. Screen pass, attacking a 0-rated linebacker, Hassan Reddick. Going to Antonio Gibson. Yak opportunity for Gibson. He's good at this, and he's going to get 8 yards. That'll make it a much more manageable 3rd down. 5th catch of the game for Antonio Gibson. Gibson rated A on Yak, had 48 catches, 65 rushes, and 48 receptions. So I'm sure he's going to be busy out of the backfield. 5 catches, 62 so far. Big 3rd and 7 coming up. 3 wide receivers are splitting out. Curtis Samuel in the slot. And a 4-2-5 defense here. Safety comes up into that middle zone. And it's a screen going to the right side. Gibson from the backfield's got it. And he moves forward for a first down. Needed 7, got 9. And it's 1st and 10 at the Philly 11-yard line. And Coach Tim Hay is going to need to start paying attention to that halfback. Gibson doing work in the passing game. Defense looking run. It's a little square end pass over the middle to the slot receiver, Curtis Samuel. And it's a yak opportunity for Curtis Samuel, and he's got 6 yards. Second down and 4 at the 5. Again, 3 wide receivers splitting out. Sam Howell stays under center. Eagles in a base 4-3. And on 2nd and 4, it's a sneak call, and Howell gets just 1 on his own card. So it's 3rd and 3 now at the 4 of Philadelphia. It's a big play in this game. Commanders are 2 of 3 already today on 3rd downs. A little tougher, though, when you're inside the 10. You can get a first down at the 1-yard line. 3rd down and 3. 2 tight end set. Gibson the tailback. Defense looking run. It's off tackle, right side. Gibson goes to the defensive card, and he needs to beat the linebacker and can't. 4 on the white die saves that touchdown. And so it's 4th and 5 after a 2-yard loss. And that's going to get Joey Sly onto the field for the field goal attempt. And he's got it from 23 yards. Just slipped it in, but he did get it. And that'll push the lead for the Washington Commanders to 10-6 over Philly. Another touchback ensues, and the Eagles will take over. 1st and 10 at their 25. They trail 10-6. 5 minutes remain. Eagles had a good first possession. 14-play drive. They put up 5 first downs. But since that time, they've had 4 possessions. This is the 4th one, I should say. So they've had 3 possessions and only 3 first downs. Commanders' defense has really been stepping up. 9-yard pass on first down to Goddard. Sets up a 2nd and 1. There's an off tackle, DeAndre Swift. And on the defensive card, Swift goes for 15 yards. Took advantage of the box on the defensive card with just 1 linebacker in the zone. Eagles now near midfield, 1st and 10 at their 44. Excuse me. It hurts back to pass again, and he's going to be forced to scramble. Runs with it, and he's going to pick up 5. Across midfield now into Washington territory at the 46. Clock running down to 3:18 and counting. Both teams all 3 timeouts. Here's a dive up the middle for the tailback, Andre Smith. Defense did call run. On the defensive card we go. We do have a snap fumble, though. It is on the ground and rolling around. Let's see who has it. Looks like the Eagles have recovered, and they're going to try to plow forward with it again, but they are actually pushed back, lose a yard. The net on that is a +1, and it's 3rd and 4. Eagles at the Washington 45. They're going to split out 3 wide receivers. Wes Watkins in the slot. 4-2-5 here from the Commanders. So they're communicating that they can only cover the look-in or the long pass zone. 50-50 if you want to go for it. On 3rd and 4, though, they're going to run up the middle. DeAndre Swift goes to the defensive card, and he's got a penalty and back it up. Guard would have made the block on that die roll and sprung for a first down, but the penalty moves them back 5 yards. 3rd and 9 now, right at the midfield stripe for Philadelphia. 3-2-6 deep dime for the Commanders now. And back to pass. Dallas Goedert is the attempted target, but he's going to be forced to dump it off. Looked at Goedert for a little bit, then a little dump off is caught. Good run, Quez Watkins. Pick up a 13 on the play. On the defensive zero-man column. So move the sticks. 1st and 10. Eagles now at the Washington 37. Kenneth Gainwell comes in at tailback. 3 wide receivers set. And they're going to run it on 1st down. Off tackle right side. And Gainwell on his cards, good for 6. Kenneth Gainwell with one of the better cards he's had. He'll sub out here for DeAndre Swift on 2nd and 4. Watkins still in the slot in this 3 wide receiver formation. And again, the 4-2-5 from the Commanders. Safety doubles DeAndre Swift, but it's a run. Swift up the middle on 2nd and 4 on his card, and he's going to lose a yard. One on the white die, and that 3 wide receiver set moved it to the right column. Worse yet, it ended up on a 5 result. So that's going to make it 3rd and 5 at the Washington 32. 1 minute, 30 seconds remains here before halftime. From right here, Jake Elliott is already 2 through 10 with almost no variable risk because he's good in the range behind this one as well. Eagles trail by 4. Big 3rd and 5. Here's a look-in pass. Tailback, DeAndre Swift. 1 man in zone. 6 on the white die. Goes to the zero-man column. And Swifty's got himself a 10-yard reception. Move the sticks. Eagles are now at the 22-yard line. 1st and 10. Timeout called on the play by Coach Tim Hay of Philadelphia. Three wide receivers split out again. It's DeAndre Swift. Base 4-3 for the Commanders. This will be the 10th play of the drive. Hurts back to pass. Looking short, going for Quez Watkins. It's a defensive card. Receiver result, and Watkins cannot get it. That makes it 2nd and 10. Clock stopped at 1:15. Second and 10 run up the middle, and Swift goes nowhere, loses a yard again. Cody Barton, his 6th tackle in this game of the first half. And another timeout for the Eagles. They have one remaining. Stops the clock at 1:07. 3rd and 11, Philly at the 23. Again, a field goal. Pretty automatic here. They trail 10-6. Both of these teams, short pass, four-man column defensively, atrocious. You're down by 4. I wouldn't think you want a field goal. I'm thinking he's throwing short. They do stay in the 3 wide receiver formation. The Commanders respond with a base 4-3. There could be reasons for doing that. I do that myself sometimes to set up a better blitzing matchup. Third and 11, back to pass. He is indeed looking short. Hurts is targeting to Dallas Goedert, and he has a 15-yard catch and run. 1st and goal at the 8, as Goedert with a 6 on the white die beats the defender on the play, Cameron Curl. And the Eagles are now 1st and goal at the 8. Are they going to burn that last time out or go hurry up here? And indeed, they go hurry up. So the Eagles preserve their last timeout. 45 seconds left. They're 1st and goal at the 8. 3 wide receivers on the field. DeAndre Swift, the tailback. Commanders in a base 4-3. Back to pass, looking short and no good, incomplete. Pass intended for DeAndre Swift. And on the defensive card, it found a soft spot. 2nd and goal at the 8. 37 seconds remain. Safety now up close, showing blitz for the Commanders. Hurts back to pass. Looks short. Avoids the blitz. Gets it off. And actually, it's going to be a dead ball penalty. Wipe it away. And it's now become 2nd and goal at the 13. Commanders drop into the nickel here. Back to pass, Hurts. Scrambles a little. He's looking for Dallas Goedert. And he's going to be forced to scramble. Hurts runs with it around the left side, inside the 10, inside the 5, and finally brought down at the 1-yard line. 3rd and goal at the 1. Clock is ticking. You going to call the timeout here? He does not. He spikes the ball, which I think is a mistake. 4th and goal at the 1, full house. I'd have to go back and look at the situation again, but spiking it, and I also could be mistaken. Maybe I just didn't remember that right, but I think we're going to 4th and goal on the 1 when he still could have a third down attempt. But we have 4th and goal at the 1, and he's going full house. Here comes the sneak. Tush push. And it's in there. Touchdown, Philadelphia. It matters not as the Eagles get the late score here in the first half. And with 8 seconds left, have taken the lead. Extra point attempt is now being lined up, and Jake Elliott, of course, nails it. It is 13-10 Philadelphia. After that impressive 17-play drive that went 85 yards, if you include the extra yardage after a holding penalty, and had 5 first downs. Huge drive to take the halftime lead there for Coach Tim Hay. And after the kickoff, full house formation. And Sam Howell just lays forward for a yard. That'll get us to halftime here. Eagles at home are up on Washington 13-10. And checking in on the coach speak, we see that the combatants have decided to take a short break here at halftime. So let's take a look at the stats, shall we? Jake Elliott, a couple of early field goals. That was during the period when the Commanders' defense was doing good work, holding them to field goals, helping the Commanders kind of keep it close after an early turnover. Then we had that 42-yard touchdown pass from Sam Howell to Terry McLaurin. That, if I recall correctly, was on the crosshairs as the Eagles were showing blitz quite often. And then a nice drive at the end of the game, or the end of the first half, I should say, 17-play drive for the Eagles ends with a tush push by Hurts into the end zone and a 13-10 halftime lead. Eagles have 13 first downs to 8. They've outgained Washington 183 to 170. Despite the fact that the Commanders have a commanding lead in average yards per play, 7.4 to 4.6. Jalen Hurts struggling to 7 of 18, just 38.9% passing. No touchdowns and a pick. The Eagles have just grinded out 18 minutes and 18 and a half minutes time of possession out of the 30. Neither team has been perfect in the red zone. And looking again at our coach speak, it appears that there's been a guest at the home of the Commanders coach, so we're going to be waiting another minute, which is not a problem. First half, Antonio Gibson, 6 catches, 71 yards. Commanders hanging in there just fine with Gibson in the absence of Brian Robinson today. Other than Gibson and McLaurin, Curtis Samuel has the only Commanders catch. We'll look at some of our other scores this week. Jaguars with a blowout victory of the Falcons. Dolphins, Bills, 42-41. Dolphins win. A thriller that I did not broadcast because it started at a time I wasn't expecting, and I missed the communication. That's my bad. I'm not blaming anybody, but missed that game. Broncos, a slim win over the Bears, keeping them in good graces in the AFC West. Bengals a win over the Titans, 24-17. And just yesterday, Ravens with a convincing win over the Browns, 24-6. Rams beat the Colts. Texans crushed the Steelers, 28-3. Bucks with a big 28-23 win over the Saints. An exciting game, similar to the exciting game in real life these two teams just played. Chargers needed overtime to beat the Raiders. Cardinals, a division loss to the 49ers. Chiefs get 42 points and beat the Jets. And the Seahawks over the Giants, 23-14. That's your Week 4 scoreboard. We're back. Second half action. Eagles at home against the Commanders. They're up 13-10. Commanders get the maiden voyage of the second half. Opening possession begins at the 25. Off tackle, Gibson's got 4 on his card. Gibson's 7th carry of the game. Based on his carding, he can't have too many. And that brings Chris Rodriguez into the game, carded for 51 carries. Here's a hitch over the middle. McLaurin, empty zone. Linebacker in the middle, moved to cover one of the flats. And McLaurin on a result of receiver is going to get 15 yards on wrong. Wrong because of the empty zone. Commanders 1st and 10 out to the 44. Two tight end offense. Gibson back in. And following up on our previous point, Gibson still has 5 carries remaining before he's tired. Sam Howell back to pass. Looks short, and Jahan Dotson was his target, but they're wiping the play away. 5-yard illegal formation. And it's 1st and 15, Commanders. And here's a run up the middle. Antonio Gibson. And that one's going nowhere. And he loses the ball on top of that. Washington at their own 39 fumbles it. And that ball's recovered by the Eagles. Let's see if they try to advance it. They do not. They will settle for possession. Second turnover of the game, I believe, for the Commanders in their own territory. And so the Eagles, early in the second half, just like earlier in the first half, benefit from a Commanders turnover. And they'll start in Washington territory at the 39. They crash into Key on the running back, but it's a screen to the running back, and Swift's got the catch and run. 12 yards on the play, but wiped away with a holding penalty. It is 1st and 20. Still in Washington territory at the 49. They'll split 3 wide receivers on the field. The return of Quez Watkins. Eagles stick with the run. Pitch out. DeAndre Swift to the right side, and Swift is going to get 5 yards on the carry. Little eye candy on the card there. He hit double sixes on end run wrong. And it's just 5 yards because the plus 35 is on the 11. Settles for 5 yards. 2nd and 15 now at the 44. Believe it or not, that's already in range for a 61-yarder from Elliott. 2nd and 15. Back to pass, though. Looking short. Going to Devontae Smith, but going to be forced to dump it off. This one to the tight end, Dallas Goedert. And Goddard's got the catch and run. And near the first down marker, brought down by Cameron Curl, 2 yards short. And that'll set up 3rd and 2 for the Eagles at the 31. Got 13 in the 0-man column of the flat pass. Fourth catch of the game from Goddard. And on 3rd and 2, blocking back set. Swift is your tailback. The key's on the running back, and it is a sneak to Hurts. Great call by the defense, and that tush push goes nowhere. 4th and 2 becomes 4th and 3. Another excellent call from Commanders coach defensively. David Mugman having a good night defensively, helping him to stay in this game. And on 4th and 3, they're gonna do the field goal attempt. Jake Elliott from 49 yards out. It is up and it is good. A nice job defensively from Coach Mugman. Holds him to that field goal attempt. And it is 16-10 in favor of the Eagles. Commanders take over now at their own 25. Commanders fumbled on their last possession. Here's a pitch out to Antonio Gibson, so giving it right back to him, and he's good for 3. 9th carry of the game for Gibson. He's quickly running out. 3 wide receivers come on the field, but the tailback is Chris Rodriguez. Rodriguez has a C-rated yak. Eagles sit in the nickel here. And here's a pitch out and a big loss there for Chris Rodriguez as Eagles coach Tim Hay called run. And a 7-yard loss on that run on Rodriguez card. 3rd and 14 now for the Commanders. That's a big play for the Eagles. And the Commanders will go spread formation now. 4 wide receivers on the field, including Byron Pringle. Commanders 2 for 4 on 3rd downs. This is going to be one of their tougher ones. They're going to do a flat pass. The Eagles kept their linebackers home. So a man in the zone and just a 5-yard completion to Terry McLaurin. The Commanders are going to have to punt. Sam Howell now 12 of 16 for 165 yards. 1 tutty, 1 interception. Terry McLaurin with 88 yards receiving. Punt from the 26, a good one, is 50 yards. Back to the 24-yard line of Philadelphia where Britton Covey gets a nice return of 10 yards. 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the 34. Excuse me. Here's a first down button hook, DeAndre Swift, and it's good for 4. That was on wrong, so it could have been so much worse. It actually was the interception split roll for Jalen Hurts, but still a +4 when you miss the split. Excuse me. Back to pass. Hurts looking short. And Hurts forced to scramble with it. Gets 11. All right, give me a second here, guys. I'm going to take a short break to cough up a lung. I'll be right back. All right, feeling better. Got a cough drop in. Woo! Gonna have to keep my whistle wet, I guess. All right, so we have a 2nd and 5 for the Eagles. Well, flat pass to A.J. Brown. First time we've heard his name called today. His first reception. Only 4 yards. It's 3rd and 1 at the Washington 42. You know, from right here, it's still field goal range out to the 44 at a 2 through 9 and 12. And he's going to have a decision because they just lost a yard. DeAndre Swift was keyed. Another great call from Coach Mugman. 4th and 2 at the 43, and the Eagles are turning down a 2 through 9 and 12 field goal that has slight variable risk. The key is on Swift on 4th and 2. Back to pass. Hurts looking short, and A.J. Brown has the catch on a first down. Woo! Big risk there. I was afraid Mugman was going to make another great defensive call. He's had quite a few of them. Working overtime to stay in this game. But first down there, move the sticks. Eagles now at the Washington 31-yard line. They're still up 16-10 mid-third quarter. And here's an off tackle to Kenneth Gainwell. He is keyed as well. Gets 5 yards nonetheless. No linebackers in zone, so on the defensive card, still use the zero-man column. But he was calling for the key. 3 wide receivers, 1 halfback now for Philly. 4-2-5 defense. Defense looks past its run. Up the middle for Kenneth Gainwell. Gainwell on his own card is going nowhere. That went to the right column, even though of the wrong call. Because of the one on the white dice, and you had 3 wide receivers on the field. So 3rd and 5 now for Philadelphia at the Washington 26. Philly is 4 of 10 for 40% on 3rd downs. Washington exactly half of that, 2 of 5 for 40% on 3rd downs. Same exact ratio. And on 3rd and 5, 3 wide receivers split out. Hurts stays under center. It's DeAndre Swift behind him. Commanders in the nickel. Back to pass. Hurts looking short. This one's going to Devontae Smith. Let's see if he gets it off. He does to the defensive card. And Smith's got the catch and a first down. Plus 11 in the 4-man column. Again, both teams very poor pass defense. Eagles now in the red zone at the Commanders' 15-yard line. They'll split out 3 wide receivers. Back to pass, looking short and forced to run with it and brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Hurts got a must run, and that gives him plenty of opportunities, but a terrible roll of 11. He loses a couple, and it's 2nd and 12 at the 17. 11th play of the drive coming up here. Hurts back to pass again. Looking downfield. Looking short to Dallas Goedert. But he's flushed. So he's not going to get that pass off. Instead, we got to dump off to the slot receiver. Quez Watkins has the catch. Short gain on Hurts' card. And all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. 12 yards on 2nd and 12 and another first down for Philly. 1st and goal at the 5. Full house formation. 12th play of the drive. Defense looks run. It's a sneak right up the middle for Jalen Hurts, and he's good for a yard. 2nd and goal at the 4. They'll cross it up now. 3 wide receivers back on the field. DeAndre Swift, the tailback. Defense in a 4-2-5. Hurts back to pass. Looking short. Looking for his tight end, Goddard. To the defensive card he goes, and that's great news. Touchdown, Eagles. Hurts to Goddard for a 4-yard touchdown pass. And at the 3:36 mark of the 3rd quarter, extra point from Jake Elliott is good. And the Eagles extend to a 2-score lead, 23-10. Ensuing kickoff fielded at the 1. And touchback. That's the second time I've seen that at the 1, it's allowing you to take a touchback. I don't know what to think of that. I didn't think that was possible. I'm sure somebody will be kind enough to chat me up and let me know what that's about, because I keep seeing that, and I didn't think you could. 1st and 10 at the 25 for the Commanders. They come out with a screen to their tailback, Gibson, his 7th catch of this game, and it's 2nd and 5. So the Commanders now trail by 13 points. Still late 3rd quarter, plenty of time. Now's the time, I think, to open it up. If you can just worry about the blitz, maybe try to get yourself in formations where Hassan Reddick has coverage responsibilities on the tailback. And speaking of that tailback, another screen right back to Antonio Gibson. And again, attacking the zone of Hassan Reddick, a yak opportunity for Gibson. And he's got the catch and run, 1st down yardage. Out across the 40 and brought down at the 43-yard line by Byard. 1st and 10 Commanders now at the 43-yard line. Howell back to pass, looking short. This one's going to Byron Pringle. Let's see if he gets it off. Well, he does, but it's a dump off. Chooses instead to go to his tailback. Gibson out of the backfield. 0-man column. Gets 7 yards. Didn't capitalize fully on that 0-man column, but he continues to dominate this game as far as receiving yards. That's 9 catches, 96 for Antonio Gibson. Stays in the game here on 2nd and 3. 3 wide receivers on the field. Safety showing blitz. And a deep pass attempt, and he's sacked on the play. Fletcher Cox comes through and gets him. Loss of 13, and it's 3rd and 16. And I understand that sack. Defense showed blitz. You're down by 2 scores. He went deep. I get it. But the sack is critical. Sam Howell's good passing today. 15 of 19 for 190, but now staring at a 3rd and 16. They spread 4 wide receivers across the field again. Deep 3-2-6 dime here. from Coach Tim Hay. Howell back to pass, looking short. This one's going to Jamison Crowder, and it's going to be picked off at the 47-yard line across the field. Sam Howell is intercepted, and here comes the return, and it goes nowhere. But Josh Joby picks that ball off. Second interception of the day for Sam Howell. And the Eagles up 13 points, take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. Kenneth Gainwell, the tailback, and here's a first down run to him off tackle, right side. And Gainwell's going to get 5. Actually, I stand corrected. Gainwell pops off 15 yards on that play. Took advantage of the box. And there were 2 men in the zone, I'm almost positive I saw on that play, which means that's another rule I need to understand better, how he got that box to work in his advantage. I've always said, I'm not a commish that understands all the rules of the game. 1st and 10 from their 38, back to pass and looking deep to A.J. Brown. It is an empty zone. Nobody's blitzing. But unfortunately, he's forced to flush it off. Enough pressure to make him dump it off. Flat pass here and a yak opportunity. He goes just for 2 yards. 5th catch of the game for DeAndre Swift makes it 2nd down and 8. Again, the Commanders looking for their first win of the season. Eagles trying to even their record at 2-2. 2nd and 8 run set here. DeAndre Swift, tailback in a blocking back set, but it's going to be a dump-off pass to A.J. Brown. He's doubled by the safety. Great call again from the Commanders, and it's incomplete in the 2-man column. Unfortunately for the Commanders, they were offsides. So another great defensive call from Coach David Mugman. But this one wiped away on defensive encroachment. 2nd down and 3. At the Commanders' 31. And on 2nd and 3, here comes the key on the running back, but the offense is back to pass. Hurts looking short and incomplete. Couldn't hit Dallas Goedert. Jalen Hurts found a soft spot on his card. It's 3rd down and 3. Eagles going to go 3 wide receiver formation. Here's an inside run, DeAndre Swift. The defense keyed Swift, but there's no linebackers in the zone. And to the defensive car we go, and it's going to be 3 yards, and that's just enough to move the sticks. 1st and 10 now at the 28-yard line of Washington. Back to pass on 1st down. They were keying the running back, but it's going to be a slant and incomplete. Once again, couldn't get it on the defensive card. I'm sorry, on Jalen Hurts' card. There's a penalty on the offense to boot. Holding, back him up 10. So Eagles 1st and 20 at the Washington 38. Eagles are up by 13. A field goal will get it to 16. You're already in field goal range, and it's 4th quarter. If I'm the Eagles, I'm making sure, I'm being conservative enough to make sure I get a field goal here. Push this to 16 so that if you get 2 touchdowns, you also need 2-point conversions. And right on cue, inside run, Kenneth Gainwell goes to the defensive guard, and Gainwell's got 5 yards. But a face mask added on top of that. Barkov 15, that's into the red zone. Eagles now 1st and 10 at the Washington 18. Into the fourth quarter now. Commanders desperately need to stop and hold them to a field goal attempt. Blocking back set. DeAndre Swift is back there. But Hurts is back to pass. Defense looking pass. It's short. Looking for A.J. Brown. But he's forced to dump it off. This one's going to another tight end, Jake Stoll, and he's got the catch for 5 yards. Second and 5 now at the Washington 13. I said Jake Stoll. It's actually Jack. My bad. Apologies to Mr. Stoll. Second and 5. Basic run set at Swift. Here's a flat pass. 2-minute zone. Great move by the Commanders, but it goes to the defensive or the quarterback card for a 2-yard loss as Jalen Hurts hits a -2 on his card. Commanders put an extra linebacker in that very zone that was being attacked. So another good call there from Coach Mugman defensively. In a familiar refrain, we do have an injury on the play. That is Dallas Goedert, the tight end. And the severity of that injury is all about whether he's back next week. And he will actually be available in overtime if we should get there. So probably not a big deal. Back to pass, looking short and forced to scramble. Running with it is Hurts, and he's going to get 5. Needed 7, and it's 4th and 2 at the 10. And indeed, they will bring out the field goal unit. Jake Elliott going to push this to a 16-point advantage for Philly. 27 yards, that field goal is good. And the Eagles have taken a 26-10 lead with 12 minutes to go in the game. This was a close game at halftime, 13-10 Eagles. But a couple of second-half turnovers by the Commanders have really kind of turned the tables on this one. Washington has lost the turnover battle 3-1. And really, that's been the difference. They need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions in 12 minutes. Here's an inside run, and Gibson's got 5 as he beats the defensive right tackle with just a 4 on the white die. Jalen Carter couldn't make the stop from the nose. 2nd and 5. Gibson already at fatigue level 1. I think. Let me double check. Actually, he's not. My apologies. Here's a screen pass, but a personal foul. Late hit on the quarterback. So mark off 15, and Washington is all the way out to their 45 now. Philly's outgained him 299 to just 207. Eagles have missed Brian Robinson. Spread formation here from Washington. Nickel blitz shown here from Philly. And here's a look-in pass. 0-rated linebacker there. It's going to be dead ball foul. Back him up 5 yards. So never mind. 1st and 15 at the 40. I think now might be a time to comment on who I think is the MVP of the broadcast today. No, it's not yours truly. I'm not that smug. I'm talking about Stratomatic Game Company. And I say that because we're in almost the end of our second game of the day, and I have not seen any technical difficulties yet. That's not always the case, so we're going to bitch about it when it's going bad. Let's salute it when it's going good. Strat doing good for us today for the broadcast. 2nd and 15 after a long pass was incomplete. Howell was going to Jahan Dotson. And on 2nd and 15, back to pass, Howell again. Howell looking deep again. Let's see if he gets it off. He's actually going to have to dump it off. Dump off in the flat to Jamison Crowder. And Crowder is going to be incomplete. Had the zero-man column, but a resultant receiver didn't help him any. And the Commanders are now 3rd and 15 at their 40. And the clock quickly becoming their enemy at 10.5 minutes remaining. Spread formation again here. Back to pass and short to the tailback, and he is doubled. Great call there, but let's see what we have. We have a penalty against Philadelphia. So we got a 10-yard catch on 3rd and 15, but he'll take the penalty instead. I don't blame him. Great call there from coach defensively, Tim Hay, as he doubled the halfback on a short pass on 3rd and 15. You remember that long pass attempt to him that was 35 yards earlier in the game. But he was also offsides, 5 yards. Commanders will take the penalty instead to keep it at 3rd down. It's 3rd and 10 at their own 45. And Sam Howell back to pass a quickie button hook over the middle to his tailback. And Gibson's got it for 6 yards. And it makes it 4th and 4 in Philly territory at the 49. And I got to think he's going for it. He is. Gibson goes over 100 yards receiving now, 10 catches for 102. Commanders 4th and 4 at the Philly 49. They're going to split out 3 wide receivers here. Curtis Samuel in the slot. 3-4 here from the Eagles. Here's a flat pass to Terry McLaurin, attacking a 0-rated linebacker on this one. And we got a yak opportunity. McLaurin got the catch and run and a 1st down. Big yardage up the left side inside the 30-yard line. Penalty on the play is against the defense. They'll decline this. Terry McLaurin is not your best yak man with a D rating, but he got snake eyes and 21 yards on that one at a critical time on 4th and 4. Sam Howell over 200 yards passing now. 1st and 10, Commanders at the 29-yard line of Philly. Howell back to pass again, looking deep. This one's going to McLaurin in the end zone, incomplete. Howell's long gain is on 10. Roll to 7, 2nd down. Now 3 wide receivers split out. Antonio Gibson, the tailback. Here's a flat pass going to Logan Thomas. And Logan Thomas gets 7 yards on his right column for flat pass. 2nd down, or correction, 3rd down and 3 now for the Commanders. 8:24 remaining. A field goal cuts it to 13. I think it's 4-down territory no matter what. And you're looking for a couple of touchdowns and a couple of 2-point conversions. I think that's your play still. On 3rd and 3, Howell back to pass, looking short, gets it off, going short to the Hodson, and he misses it. Incomplete. Howell on his own card couldn't get it. It's 4th and 3. And Coach David Mugman agrees with me. The offense stays on the field, and he's going to go for this. At the 8-minute mark, this is critical for the Commanders. 3 wide receivers, 1 halfback. It's Gibson. 3-4 here. They double the flats, and it goes to the flat, but it's caught anyway. Jahan Dotson has it for 6 yards and a 1st down. 2nd, 4th down conversion of this drive. First and 10 now at the 16-yard line. Back to pass. Sam Howell looking short and incomplete, almost picked off. There is a penalty. And it's holding against Washington, so they'll back up. 1st and 20 back at the Philly 26. That result actually hit the interception split roll. 2 through 4 missed it. And on 1st and 20, the Commanders spread out 4 wide receivers. Exactly halfway through the 4th quarter, Philly on top at home, 26-10. Here's a 1st down run off tackle for Antonio Gibson, and he's going to get 5 yards on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 15. Gibson now only 1 run away from reaching his fatigue. Then on 2nd and 15, back to pass. Sam Howell again looking short to Curtis Samuel, but he's going to have to dump it off. Here in the flat to Jahan Dotson, who gets to the 0-man column and goes to 10 yards on the catch and run. 2nd catch of the game for Dotson. 6 on the white die helps out the Commanders. It's 3rd and 5 at the 11. Commanders 2 of 8 on 3rd down, but they've twice converted 4th down on this drive. And on 3rd and 5, here's a pitch out. And that's going to be a 1st down run. A penalty on the play is against the defense. They'll decline it. Antonio Gibson, 6 on the wide die, beats the defensive end, Fletcher Cox. So a key white die roll there to beat the defensive end, and the Commanders are 1st and goal at the 5. Now 6 minutes left in the game. Chris Rodriguez now in at tailback. He lost 7 yards on his only run earlier in the game. That was when Coach Hay sniffed it out. Back to pass, looking short, going to a double team, Terry McLaurin, and it's no good, incomplete. Nice call there by Coach Hay. 2nd and goal at the 5. And 3 wide receivers are coming out onto the field. Here's an off tackle. Chris Rodriguez, and he goes to the left side and into the end zone for a touchdown. There's a penalty. Let's see who it's on. It's offsetting penalties, so wipe away the touchdown run for the Commanders. 5:24 left, so plenty of time left for the Commanders, provided they can get the touchdown here and a 2-point conversion. Without it, if they miss the 2-point conversion, you got to wonder if they'd go for the onside. I doubt it, but maybe. Back to pass. Howell looks short, and that's going to be caught. Back in the end zone, touchdown to the tailback, Rodriguez. And it's 26-16. So a 10-point difference now. I assume we're going for 2 to cut it to 8. There's 5:06 remaining on the 4th quarter clock. It appears Commanders coach Mugman is at least thinking about this. One factor is that the Eagles are rated well against the run. I can't remember the exact number. They are going to go for 2. So Coach Mugman brings out the offense. Chris Rodriguez is the tailback. 3 wide receivers, though, on the field, so they're spreading it out. 4-3 defense here. Eagles rated good against the run. They do have a 0 nose tackle on the field. The defense crashes in on run. It's a pass, looking short, going to the defensive card, and incomplete. It got the result of receiver, and the pass was thrown to tailback Chris Rodriguez. So the Commanders were fearing the double team, went to Rodriguez, who doesn't have any short pass receptions. Here comes the onside kick from the Commanders, and it is no good. And so with 4:48 remaining, the Eagles take over possession at their own 47 with a 10-point lead. 2-point conversion was critical. Defense crashes short yardage, but Hurts is back to pass, looking short, going to A.J. Brown and cannot make it. Hurts misses it again on his card. Hurts' card almost as good on right as it is wrong because of all the must runs, and he's not always that accurate of a quarterback. 2nd and 10 here. Hurts 65% completions that year. Pretty accurate, but he's got some incompletions near the middle of that short pass card. 2nd and 10, button hook pass going to DeAndre Swift and incomplete. Risky there as it hit the interception split roll 2 through 5. Could have been a big turnover for the Commanders, but instead 3rd and 10. So the Commanders a chance to get right back off the field defensively, trailing by 10. And on 3rd and 10, Hurts back to pass. He wants that first down. He's going to be forced to run, scrambles with it, and he's going to get only 5 yards, but there's a penalty against the offense. It's a dead ball foul, so cannot be declined. And 3rd and 15 now for the Eagles. AFC action, I should say inter-league action already underway. Patriots-Cowboys. Started about 45 minutes ago. I think I might just go cover that game as well when this one finishes. Ooh, and here's a pitch out to Kenneth Gainwell, and he's going to lose 6 yards. 4th and 21. One on the white die, sent that to the right column on end run right. Not a good result. So 4th and 21. 3:36 left in the game. And the Eagles are going to have to punt from their 36. And it's a punt of 48 yards, going to be fielded by Jamison Crowder at the 16-yard line. And Crowder going nowhere. 1st and 10 at the 16 for the Commanders. 3:18 left. They trail by 10. And on 1st down, back to pass. Howell looks for Jahan Dotson, and he throws an interception. Picked off by the Eagles at the 30-yard line. Darius Slay's got it and brought down right away. Sam Howell, his 3rd interception. The Commanders, their 3rd turnover of the second half. Their 4th of the game. That's been the difference. So the Eagles take over at the 30 with 3 minutes to go. And a 10-point lead. Sneak up the middle for Jalen Hurts. Timeout by the Commanders. And even though I gave the MVP of the broadcast to Stratomatic, I'm going to give myself a tip of the hat nonetheless because I haven't used the word Redskins once today. And I don't remember the last time I broadcasted and didn't make that mistake at least once. I'm getting there, America. Just tough to shift on me. Off tackle, nothing doing. 39 for the Eagles. The Eagles will keep it on the ground with an off-tackle run for 7 yards. That makes it 4th and 2. Commanders probably going to burn their last time out here. They do not, since it was so close to the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles on top at home, 26-16. And they'll go for it on 4th and 2. They're looking to put it away here. Commanders can dream if they stuff it. They key the quarterback, and it's a flat pass. And that's going to be a loss of 4 yards, though, on the defensive guard. Boy, I want to know about the balls of. I wouldn't personally have the balls to throw. I'd be scared to throw flat passes. I'm always afraid those are going back. I do it too. I'm not being critical, really. But boy, that scares me when I think about that. Eagles coach says himself, not the best decision. At any rate, let's not come down too hard here. Coach Tim Hayes got his Eagles up by 10 points still, 26-16. Commanders take over possession at their 26-yard line. They've got 1:52 and 1 timeout left. Eagles coach commenting, turnovers have killed you in this half, and I'd have to agree. And on first down, we've got a short pass. This one's going to Jamison Crowder, and he's got it. First down yardage out to the 37. Gain of 11 on the play. Was not able to stop the clock and get out of bounds. Commanders might go to a hurry up here. Well, it looks like they let it run. It's only 8 seconds difference. And now we know why. As the Commanders go full house, and I assume that means they're going to go ahead and concede this. And just as I say that, they got a square out pass to McLaurin. 2 men in that zone, incomplete. Second and 10. Sam Howell's 22 of 35 for 255 and a couple of touchdowns. It's really a pretty good game if he hadn't just thrown those 3 interceptions. There's a quarterback draw to Tim Howell. He runs for a first down across midfield to the 48 of Philadelphia. Clock runs down to 45 seconds. We're getting there. For those listening and who may be interested, we will indeed carry the end of that Patriots-Cowboys game unless I connect and we discover it to be a blowout, which is possible. The Cowboys have won 2 of their 3 games this year, 30-0 and 45-0. 7 yards plus on that run. Chris Rodriguez runs it to the 32 of Philadelphia. Clock now down to 15 seconds. It's going to be a big division win for the Eagles to even their mark at 2-2. Congratulations going out to Tim Hay here. And that'll do it. From Philly, the Eagles at home. Oh, what am I doing? Can I not close this? There we go. Eagles at home have won the game 26-16 over Washington. We invited the coaches out here. They're welcome to come if they'd like. Let's go ahead and get that game number and check out if we can. Dallas and New England. Let's just see if it's potentially still a game. Whoop. There it is. New England at Dallas. Let's see what we got. And at this point, we do have a game. 24-13. New England punts away to Dallas. New England struggled to stay in the game. Let's keep an eye on that in case one of the other coaches shows up. So the Cowboys come into this game 3-0. Patriots come into the game. Got to look at that. I can't remember right now if it was 2-1 or 1-2. Patriots are 2-1. Just behind the Bills. Beating the Jets and the Eagles. Patriots lost to the Miami Dolphins. The Cowboys, as we alluded to earlier in the broadcast, a couple of shutouts. 30-0 over Dallas and 45-0 over Arizona. 30-0 over the Giants and 45-0 over the Arizona Cardinals. They also beat the Jets 31-23. So the Cowboys on pace here, looking like they could go to 4-0. First and 10 at the 45. They have an 11-point lead over the Patriots. Cowboys are coached by Bruce Mogg, and the Patriots coached by Dennis Young. And nose tackle Devon Godchaw makes the stop there. 5 rating bests the white dice at 2nd and 9. Here's an inside run draw to Pollard, and Pollard is going to get 6. No, actually, let me stand corrected. Pollard is getting, there's a defensive penalty, neutral zone infraction. So second and 4 now at the New England 49. Blocking back set with Pollard. Back to pass. Dak forces scramble with it around the edge. He's got a first down. Tackled at the 42 by Anthony Jennings. And it's first down for Dallas. Dallas has outgained the Patriots today, 317-232. They're both 50% on third downs. Turnovers are even. A Dallas fumble and a Bailey Zappi interception. And there's a first down pass. Prescott to Jake Ferguson. Cowboys now at the 31. Run to Pollard up the middle. Good for 7. We'll take a look at injuries. Mac Jones, Ramon. So 3 offensive players for New England are out, including starting quarterback Mac Jones. 2nd and 3, run up the middle for Pollard. Right back to his card, and Pollard pops a short gain. That'll get the Cowboys into the red zone. 1st and goal at the 6. The touchdown here might just be enough to put this game away. If the Pats can hold them to a field goal, it would still be 2 scores. Back to pass, looking short and incomplete. Dak actually rolls his interception split roll, but misses it. 2nd and goal. Pass looking run, but it's another pass. Slant going to Jake Ferguson. In the end zone, it is going to be caught for a touchdown. Got the receiver result because the safety was blitzing, the automatic completion. Second touchdown pass of the day for Dak Prescott. Extra point from Aubrey is good. And the Cowboys open up a 31-13 lead. So the Patriots now trail by 18 points in this game. They'll begin at the 27. Inside run draw. I think they might be content to just run clock here at this point. I think the Patriots, especially with what is certainly a heavily carded advantage to the Cowboys, probably aren't expecting to come from 18 points behind right now in this one. 7:48 to go. We'll see how aggressive they get. Here's a pitch out to Zeke Elliott. And Zeke goes for 6. Sets up a 3rd and 2 at the 35. Pitch out Zeke Elliott, and another 7 for him there. Elliott, 20 rushes for 77 yards against his former team, sitting in fatigue in this game. Back to pass, looking short and incomplete. Zappe was trying to get Hunter Henry on that play. 2nd and 10. Now 6:54 on the clock. Short pass, and it's going to be actually forced to scramble with it, and running for 8 yards is Bailey Zappe. Got the must run, and it's 3rd and 2, right at the midfield stripe. Here's a run right up the middle. Zeke Elliott's got the first down. 5 yards on that carry. Move the sticks. Patriots are moving the ball, but clock works against them. 5:42 and counting. There's a short pass, incomplete. Tyquan Thornton, the intended receiver. Flat pass to Mario Douglas, and it's going to be incomplete. Over the middle. 3rd and 10 now for the Patriots. Patriots, we mentioned, are 2-1 on the year. Opened with that slim 1-point win against Philly. Back to pass. Zappy. Hunter Henry's got it. First down. Pickup of 11. Brought down at the 34 by Donovan Wilson. Four wide receivers still on the field for the Pats. Here comes the screen. Tailback Elliott. And incomplete. That one went to the defensive guard. Makes it 2nd and 10. Zappy with a deep drop back. Looking deep this time. But he's flushed and forced to dump it off. Out here in the flats at Thornton. And Thornton has a good catch and run inside the 5 and tackled at the 4. A lot of green pasture out there down the right sideline. As Bailey Zappe goes over 200 yards passing now. There is an injury on the play. Osa Odigizua. First and goal at the 4. All injured players in this game will be available next week. Pitch out to Elliott. He goes for 2. Second and goal at the 3. Zappy back to pass. Short. Caught. Hunter Henry's got it. Touchdown, Pats. Bailey Zappe, his 3rd touchdown pass of this game. Hunter Henry, his 2nd touchdown catch himself. They'll go for 2. Going to try to cut it to a 10-point deficit. Looking for the short pass, and it's no good. Right back to Hunter Henry. Couldn't convert it. Scores 31-19. Dallas on top of New England. And we get the onside kick, and no good. Dallas takes over. Are we locked up, or what are we waiting for here? There it is. So, as we said, Cowboys take over just across midfield on the New England side. They'll go full house. Gonna run out the clock. Let's look at the schedule coming up for these two teams. As Deuce Vaughn takes a run up the middle and loses a yard. Patriots, as we said, fall to 2-2. They'll be back home next week for a match with the New Orleans Saints. And then back on the road against the Raiders. Dallas Cowboys improved to 4-0, maintaining a 2-game lead in their division. Ahead of the 2-2 Eagles. Dallas on the road for their next 2 games. And in the NFC West, first against the 49ers, and then against, I stand corrected, that's Los Angeles AFC. So the 49ers, then against the Chargers in Los Angeles. And the Chargers are 4-0. I think those are both against undefeated teams. Am I right about that? San Francisco is 3-0. And I think they won this week, so I think they're 4-0. They play. Yeah, they beat Arizona. So Dallas is 4-0. And their next two games are against the 4-0 49ers and the 4-0 Los Angeles Chargers. Gotta love the USFFL. Coffin corner punt from the Cowboys. Patriots take over at their own 4. They still trail by 12 here. Deep ball to Devontae Parker and no good, incomplete. Coach Dennis Young leaving no stone unturned in his attempt to steal this game in the final 2 minutes. Still splitting out 4 wide receivers here. Look in pass, and that's going to be caught, but just 2 yards. 3rd down and 8. Clock running now down to 1:22 and counting. Out of the shotgun again. Dallas settles in with their nickel. Here comes a screen. Tailback Zeke Elliott, and it's incomplete. And 4th down for the Patriots. They will go for it from their own 6. I've been there, my man. It is about to strike midnight for the Pats. Back to pass, looking short and no good, incomplete. Cowboys take over. 1st and goal at the Patriots 6 with 1:07 remaining. Full house formation, run up the middle, Deuce Vaughn, and he's going to lose a couple. .22 seconds left as the Patriots do not call timeout. This will likely be the final play of the game. And a run goes nowhere. I assume that's the end of the game. Come on. And indeed it is. Your final score from Dallas. Cowboys improved to 4-0 and beat the Patriots 31-19. Dallas outgained them by 50 yards, 357 to 307. Pretty good effort from the Patriots. We all know Dennis is a tough coach, and he certainly made Dallas work for this one. Bailey Zappi throws 42 passes. I know Dennis himself would tell you that's not a recipe for success. But he was without Ramondre Stevenson. Makes it tough. There were no 100-yard receivers. Christian Barrymore had a couple of sacks for the Pats. Cowboys added a couple of their own. The game was a little closer than the score indicates. As far as statistically. So we are now at a spot where we only have one game remaining on the USFFL schedule this week. And there it is right there. Minnesota Vikings at the Carolina Panthers. As we welcome to the broadcast, Bruce Mogg. Bruce, how we doing today, buddy? Can you hear me, Bruce? There you are. How we doing today, Bruce?
I'm doing okay.
And we welcome Dennis as well. Gentlemen, how we doing today?
How you doing?
So triple broadcast day today in the USFFL. So I only caught the last, what was it? Quarter, basically, of the game, I think. So tell me a little bit. Tell me the story of this game. What happened, guys?
Go for it, Bruce.
Well, he was pretty short-handed. Mac Jones was out. Ramon Stevenson was out. So I just kind of called past the whole game and waited for Zeke Elliott to break out, and he was not able to do that against his old team. But Dennis has made the game really close with some fantastic double team calls. He shut down CD Lamb on a long pass that he double team, Jake Ferguson on a double team, Rico Dowdle on a double team, several double teams that he killed gains for Dallas on. So he did a great job on defense considering how shorthanded he was on offense. So that's the way I saw it.
What about you, Dennis?
Yeah, coming into the game right off the bat, I don't have my QB1. I don't have my QB. I don't have my running back one. Granted, Mac Jones, it's not like he's top flight quarterback, but he's my quarterback this season. So yeah, coming into the game, it's like, we're just not going to go head to head, and I'm going to win plain vanilla. I got to just, you come off and you got to do everything. You got to right off the bat, you got to move that free safety. You got to just take chances. That's the only chance. And going into a game like this, I have two things. I want to score and I want to keep it close till halftime. And it was a dogfight with 5 minutes to go in the first half. It was a 3-0 game, and it's like, wow. I was so happy with that. In fact, I had one time where I got in his red zone when I was down 3-0, and I'm like, this is awesome. I'm going to tie it. I might have even got inside the 10, and then my guy threw a pick. So, that took away those 3 points. And then I was concerned, like, I might not get back there. Yeah, Zappe threw a pick to stop that. But, the big play of the game was second quarter. I had a punt. I was like deep in my own zone. So I punted, and he got the ball like at his 45-yard line. So he's got a great position. It's 3-0. First, he might have been on my side of the field as well after the punt. But very first play, I send everybody. He throws a pass. I get a 10-yard sack. So it's now 2nd and 20. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I changed position. So it's 2nd and 20. I bring my free safety. I get fancy. I'm like, he's not throwing long, not on 2nd 20. He just wants to make it a workable third down. So I bring in my free safety. I double somebody. He goes deep to CeeDee Lamb, 53-yard touchdown pass. And that was huge right there. I was not expecting that. That was a perfect call at the time. That made it 10-0. Yeah. And then what was nice too is right before the halftime, if you look at the box score, I got a touchdown last play of the half. That was a gift. I had a couple big, in fact, I had a 3rd and 16 there at one point, like at his 30, a 3rd and 16 with like 30 seconds left. So I'm like, okay, we'll probably end up with a field goal. And I threw a flat pass and hit the 16-yard gain to get the first down, and then ended up getting the touchdown. So yeah, it was 17-13 with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. I'm happy with that. Dak Prescott had some huge quarterback runs in this game. Yeah, he was hitting 17, 19, 18 yards, getting some big runs. But Dallas has got a great team, man. Dak Prescott, you guess wrong on that thing, he's going to burn you. He's got enough running with his two-headed running backs. He's going to punish you if you guess wrong. He's got a great team. So, and he's a great coach.
I wondered if I was even going to broadcast it. I looked at the clock, and I realized by now they've got to be near in the fourth quarter. I'll connect. I even said on the broadcast, I'll connect. We'll take a look because the Cowboys have won 2 games this year, 30-0 and 45-0.
Yes.
And so I look at that and I'm like, listen, I know Dennis is a good coach, but he's really undermanned with that Patriot team that he's got carded. So I took a look and it was 24-13 when I connected. And so listen, I got to tell you, I got to give you kudos. You fought hard. You had a good game plan to stay in the game and give yourself a chance. You did all those things.
Exactly.
But in the end, sometimes it's tough to beat what the cards say.
Yeah, I'm so happy with this. To me, this was a win. Like he's had two shutouts this season. He's dominating.
Yes.
And to score 19. Granted, he was playing.
One of those, I think,
all
was a
game.
sub. Isn't that right, Bruce?
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of those was a sub playing, but the cards don't change from coach to coach, and the cards are part of that shutout. So
for sure. But anyway, yeah, I'm happy with that. It's going to be a tough season this year. It's going to be a tough season.
Well, you're 2-2.
Year,
you're still very much in it. And when I say in it, some might think I'm talking coach of the year based on how many wins the Pats actually had, but I'm not believing you're out of the playoff race till I see it, Mr. Young.
I'm out. So. I'm not worried. I'm not even thinking about that at all. I just want to be a spoiler for someone. I want to be a spoiler late in the year.
All right. Well, I'm gonna keep this recording, and we'll see where you are in week 12. I'll keep this recording, and we'll come back. Bruce, congratulations! You're out to a 4-0 start, buddy.
Thanks a lot. Doing good so far. Thanks to Dak Prescott card. You gotta like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no doubt. That's an impressive looking card.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get on.
Right.
Appreciate you guys coming on after the broadcast and saying hi for everybody. I really do appreciate that.
Have a good day, everybody.
Fellas. All right.
Have a good weekend.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right. That's it for today, guys. We're going to go ahead and call it. Dallas goes to 4-0 in the final game of our day. USFFL rolls on with the final game of the week tomorrow, Panthers and Vikings, and then we'll be ready to go. Week 5 beginning in just a couple days. See you then.